You struggle to stay disciplined because you have zero systems which allow you to be disciplined. Your current view is actually what's holding you back from being disciplined. It's more than just going on a run a week. It's more than just going to the gym. It takes actual thought and actual work for you to remain in this disciplined state of mind consistently. Today I'll be showing you 8 frameworks for you to utilize so you can start doing the work that you've been putting off. Hello guys, welcome to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I've stayed disciplined to do things that I should be doing, and how you can start doing that and follow along the lines. So to give a little backstory of myself, even now, I am not the most disciplined person. I'm not competing with David Goggins. I'm not one of those discipline-driven, most mind people, no. However, one thing I'm really good at is snapping back into the discipline, which I know I have. And I think that is the best possible thing that you can be doing. Just being in a surplus of remaining disciplined. It's hard to be disciplined every single day, 365. As humans, we will fall, we will backslide, we will do things that we shouldn't have done. However, the main purpose which I see, and I spoke about in other videos, is you want to be in that 80 and 20% split. You want to be doing good things or remain disciplined 80% of the time, so you can actually enjoy the other 20% of the time when you are relaxing or doing other things that allow you to just be human and feel human. Because sometimes when you're staying disciplined for so long, you can feel like a robot. So growing up, when I was in school specifically, I was not that disciplined. I wanted to shy away from doing the work. I'd rather go play sports or do something else rather than focus on the work that I know that I needed to do. Until I started to study certain subjects which I actually enjoyed. And of course it's easier said than done, because there's some subjects that I didn't enjoy where you could see and say I weren't disciplined in those aspects. However, because I started to enjoy the certain subjects such as maths and economics, I stayed focused on there. And then you would see I was disciplined in those criteria. I'll be doing the work for those sides. And one thing that I see discipline as is like a parasite or like a disease or a virus. When you are disciplined in one aspect of your life, you start to try and be disciplined in other aspects of your life. So I started studying my maths and studying my economics, and I was like, I might as well study something else. I might as well study this and study that, study this and study that. And next thing you know, I'm seeing a discipline in the majority of realms of my life, because I took the discipline from just one sector and allowed that discipline to be spread around the majority of my life. So that is how you can start doing it. Once you start being disciplined in one criteria, it's a lot easier for you to be disciplined in other criteria. And I'll be talking about that further down in the video, and I call that theory the get your foot in the door theory. And I'll save that for later on, but let's start with point number 1. Understand your why. And now this is probably one of the most important ways and the most important frameworks that you need to understand of being disciplined. You will going to struggle to do any of these tips, and you're going to struggle to stay disciplined if you don't have a legitimate reason as to why you do it. So for example, the main reason why I go to the gym as frequently as I do, the main reason why I create these videos, the main reason I try to maintain a clean diet is because there's a certain person who I want to be, and he is doing the things that I know I should be doing. Now, that is my why. My why is the ideal version of Dearenee is doing those things. So for present day Dearenee to become the ideal version of Dearenee, he needs to be doing the things that ideal version of Dearenee is doing. And that is where you'll see the discipline birthed within the present. And that's the main reason why I do certain things. So you need to have your why. You need to have your reason why you do it. Whether you are a father and you don't really care about becoming the ideal version of yourself, but you care about your family, that is why you go to work. Even though you don't really feel like it every single day, you go because you want to provide for your family. Whether you are a teenager, right now you probably don't care about a lot of the self-improvement things, but your goal is to be you maybe want to become a footballer. You don't feel like training every single day. You don't feel like having a clean diet. You don't feel like speaking to a nutritionist. But because you know you want to be a footballer, you look at what footballers do and you implement that in your life right now. And that is what will allow you to be disciplined. So the times when you don't feel like doing it, you say, no, this person, or this is my reason why, and that's why I'm doing it. And I will do it even though I don't feel like doing it, because it is the right thing to do. So I've said self-discipline starts with clarity. Without a deep reason, even the strongest willpower will fade. So you need to have a deep-rooted reason, something that is actually itched within yourself as to why you do this thing. Because if you don't, you're not going to feel like doing it. Once you hit the hard fence, or let's say for example, you go to the Great Wall of China within your life, where there's that blockade in your life where you're like, I'm not even enjoying this anymore. I don't even feel like doing it. If you don't have a deep-rooted reason as to why you do it, whether it is you want to provide for your mom, whether it is you want to provide for your future family, whether it is you have your immediate family right now, you want to provide for them. If you don't have a deep-rooted reason as to why you do certain things, you won't do it. Once the going gets tough, you will back out. But if you have a deep-rooted reason, you won't. So one thing, an actual step I want you to do is take 5 minutes daily or every other day to reflect on your why. Reflect on the reason why you do the thing that you are doing. Because if you don't, eventually you'll just be like, wait, why am I even doing this anymore? and you get to this, I'll say it's like a brain fog era in your life. Where like, I've been doing this for X amount of time. Of course, I've got some rewards from it, but do I even care anymore? I've been doing it for so long, I don't care anymore. And that's when you step back. But the thing that will keep you going is, okay, no, I'm doing this for another reason. And I'll even say a good why is something that's external to yourself. Because of course there is there's a lot of benefits to doing things for yourself. However, the point with a time will come when you're like, I have what I want for myself. Like, I'm content for myself right now. But when it's for somebody else, you'll be like, I have to strive for more for them to be content now. Because you can be content with certain things. As men, it's easy for us to be content. It's easy for us to be happy. Right now, my room, I don't really have a lot up, but leave me with my whiteboard, leave me with access to the internet, and leave me with water, and I will be fine. Like, there's certain things, of course, have the bed and certain stuff like that, but it takes minimal for us to be content. Now, when it goes for you to be provided for somebody else, now it's going to take a lot more for contentment to be there. And that's exactly how you want to have a strengthened why. When you have something that's external to yourself, it's a lot easier for you to be like, no, I need to go do this because it's going to benefit them. Now, sometimes I don't feel like going to the gym, but I'd be creating scenarios in my head where I'm like, imagine me 40 or 50 and I can't play with my children. Where are they going to get their fun from? Or even, I made a post recently and it was, what was I even talking about? It was me saying, I have a high work ethic because I don't want any of my children to have another male role model. So I want to be that number one male role model inside of my children's life. Of course, they're going to go straight to the Bible and follow Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. But as in the immediate on earth role model, I want to be the number one role model in my children's life. What that means is I'm going to be underneath a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure and have a lot of things that I need to stay consistently doing. I have to stay disciplined in doing those things if I want to be the number one role model. Because all it takes is for somebody else to be their role model, and suddenly I'm no longer their role model. And now my words aren't as powerful as they should be. And suddenly I'm going to be feeling less as a father. But if I stay disciplined with the things that I should be doing, I will be the number one role model for my children. And that is one of my whys. I want to be the number one role model for my children. I want to be a great father. I want to be a great husband. And that is what's allowing me to stay disciplined. So have the same thing within your life. Take 5 minutes daily or every other day. Think about this thing, process it, and understand your why. Make it deep-rooted within yourself, and then you'll start to see results within your life and you will stay disciplined. Framework number 2, train your mind to delay gratification. Now, this is very important when it comes to discipline. If you are only chasing after instant gratification, you will struggle to be disciplined. Because what I'm going to talk about further on in the video is discipline is about doing the right things at the right time. It's not about doing the right things consistently, it's about doing the right things at the right time. So for example, actually I'll talk about it now rather than later, but I'm going to talk about it again later. A couple days ago, it was around like 11 and I went to the gym that day, I done a lot of things in that day, but my mind was still processing and like very energetic. And I was like, right now, I would love to go on a run right now. At 11, by the way. I'm not saying going out on 11, shouldn't be doing it. But I was thinking I'm going to go out there and go on a run at 11. But my mind, I was like, hold on. I need to wake up at 7:30 tomorrow. But I don't care. I want to go on a run. That's not wise discipline, if anything. Being disciplined is easy, but being wise whilst being disciplined, that's another thing. Because let's say I did go on that run and then I got back at like, I don't know, 11:30 or 11:45. Now I have to shower, I'm going to be hungry, so I'm going to eat, I'm going to have to get changed, I'm going to have to deload, relax, get myself ready for sleep. Now I've ruined my next day. So even though you could look at me and say, I'm disciplined, I'm running at X amount at this hour, at this late night hour, it's actually messed up my next day now because I'm most likely going to sleep in. I'm most likely going to do things that I probably shouldn't do, such as starting the day wrong because I'm going to be more exhausted than I would have been because I've messed up the system. I messed up my framework of what I should be doing in that day. Now it's about choosing the delaying the gratification because I would have got instant gratification on going that run right there, but I delayed it and said, no, you're going to go to the gym tomorrow, you're going to train, you're going to do your cardio. That's better for you. Not like, okay, the run's not going to be beneficial in terms of physically, but what it's going to do in terms of my system of my day, it's going to be affecting that. So I said to myself, no, calm down, allow the emotions to just be there, but don't actually go and implement it. Don't go out there and go on your run. Just wait till tomorrow, you'll go to the gym, you'll pump iron, and then you'll do your cardio. So, every no to instant rewards, change your mind. Now, I feel like I've definitely improved once again because I don't really have to battle with the saying no to having, okay, I still do battle with it, but I'm not like completely unlocked. But it's not a big of a struggle for me to be saying no to like fast food, saying no to gaming, saying no to smoking, drinking, saying no to going to social events that are going to be messing up my work. I don't struggle with them as much. But what I do struggle with is saying no to even good things at the wrong time, such as going to the gym, such as maybe reading, such as socializing, not like a drinking, party, clubbing socializing, but just general socializing. Sometimes you have to say no to these good things as well, because they are also instant gratification. And you have to say no to them so you can actually be like, okay, I have something else that I should be doing. Even, for example, saying no to going out, or as I did, saying no to that run just so I can go to sleep and get more sleep is beneficial. And it changes your mind. So one tip you can do is practice by waiting 10 minutes to eat after feeling hungry. And this is just a small scale thing of what you can do in terms of delaying the gratification. Every single time you feel hungry and you've warmed up your food, or even prior to warming up your food, so we don't waste energy, but prior to warming up your food, when you feel hungry, like, okay, I'm going to eat right now, wait 10 minutes. Allow your body to feel that hunger. That's why one of the best things you can do is fast. Fasting is an amazing way to get your body under control and get used to being in that delaying gratification. Because you wake up, well, as a Christian, we do as a 6 to 6. You wake up, you pray, and then you go through your day without eating, then you break your fast at 6. Of course, between that 6 to 6 time, you will be hungry, but you won't eat. And that is allowing you to have control over your flesh, control over your body, control over your mind. And you need to do that sometimes, because in the long scale of thing, that strength and that control will actually benefit you in other situations or other scenarios. And that's what will allow you to be disciplined. And the final point for here is build it up to bigger challenges, such as deleting unnecessary social media. So this week, I actually went to the gym and I spoke to one of my friends. And me and him I think we spoke for like 2-3 hours, went on a walk and just sat there and spoke to each other. And he was just telling me how he's deleted social media, and one of my other friends deleted social media. And I don't think it's all social media, but specifically it was Snapchat, and how he only has Snapchat on his computer, or he uses it by Snapchat on the web. And I was like, I've been thinking about deleting Snapchat for a long time, but I just haven't done it. And I was like, why haven't I not done it? There's some of my close friends who we talk to, but realistically, they have my number. So if there's anything important that we need to talk about, we can just FaceTime or we can phone call. So why now do I have it? There's no other reason than that. I deleted it. I have it on my laptop as a bookmark. If I need to go to it, I can check it. Right now, I'm currently checking it like once a day. But prior, when it was on my app, on my phone, I'll be on it and I'll just be tapping it, scrolling through for no reason. The amount of time that I've saved from just deleting the app is beneficial. But for me to be able to do that and delete the app without thinking or anything of it, is the fact that I built up that trained mind to be able to delay the gratification and be like, I don't really care about having it. There's other things that I should be doing that's more beneficial. Like recording this video is better than me. I'm planning this video is better than me just having a Snapchat app there. I'm not saying every single time you delete an app, you're going to have a sudden creative burst for you to do things, but it helps. So train your mind. Start with the small things. Take 10 minutes away from trying to eat, or as maybe something like myself, when you get that energy boost to go to the gym on a rest day, because rest days are important. You can go and do some cardio, but to do a full workout when you know you have something else that you should be doing in the day, say no to that. It is beneficial. Point number 3, use the 3-minute rule. And what I've like to call this rule is the get your foot in the door rule. And ultimately it's saying, commit 3 minutes to the task you feel unmotivated to do. So actually, when I've planned this video 2 days ago, I planned it, so my phone switches off from 11. I have downtime from 11. At 10:55, I was on, the way that I make this video sometimes is that I have community posts, or I have the ideas written down, and then I put them from there onto the whiteboard. And I was like, you know what, it's getting late. I should be going to bed, or I should at least be turning off my phone and having no screen time. But let me just write something down for this video. I haven't recorded in a long time, honestly speaking, because I'm getting ready for my trip. Literally, as I'm recording this, my train is in 2 hours for me to go to Paris. Like I said, I haven't recorded in a while, but let me get this video out. So I said to myself, no, let me start writing something. All I wrote was how to be disciplined, and I wrote number 1. And suddenly I was like, I've already started. Let me just keep going. Let me keep going. And then it hit 11, and my phone turned off. And ironically, I got to this point here, which was, it's harder to stop an activity than to start it. Hence why you can game for hours. But to stay on that point is, it's harder to stop an activity than to start it. It was hard for me to, after doing these 3 points, it was hard for me to just be like, you know what, yeah, let me just stop it and go to bed. I said, no, let me finish it. I might as well just get it done. I've already started it, let me finish it. And that's what allowed me to be able to now be recording this video. If I didn't finish it on this day, I would have to try to squeeze it in yesterday. My day yesterday was so packed, I would not have done it yesterday. Then I only have time today for me to record because I'm about to go leave. So I would not have recorded this video. But because I got my foot in the door and said, no, I'm going to be doing this thing. Let me just do a little bit of it. I was like, you know what? I've already started it. Let me just finish it. And I finished it, allowing me to be able to record right now. And that is the best possible thing. Get your foot in the door. If you don't feel like doing something, start it for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Bang. You're already stuck there. Now you're just gonna keep going. With cardio, sometimes I say to myself, I'm just gonna do 5 minutes. I'm just gonna do 10 minutes. And every single time I do 35 minutes. Because I'm like, I'm already here. Just keep going. There's no point. There's no point getting off. You're almost done. Just might as well continue. So get your foot in the door when you struggle. And to touch upon the point which I said is hence why you can game for hours. Sometimes you don't even feel like gaming for hours. You finish work or you finish certain amount of things, which is why I've deleted it, because it's so easy for you to get addicted. I'm like, I don't feel like, back in the day I used to be like, okay, I can't be bothered to stay on for long, but you know what, let me just jump on for a bit. I jump on, now I'm playing 1 game, 2 games, and I'm like, the guys have just hopped online, man, let's play some Fortnite. And now we're playing together. And suddenly now, I found energy that I didn't have before. And we're playing for hours on end. And you're thinking, where did this time even come from? But it's because once you got your foot in the door, it's hard for you to say no. If you said no from the start, you may have not jumped on. But because you jumped on, now it's hard for you to jump off because you've already started. And you already felt the dopamine come out from you starting it. So, whenever it comes to doing a task that you want to do, but you don't feel motivated to do it, get your foot in the door. Start a little bit of it, and trust me, you will finish it. Point number 4, create environmental cues. You want your environment to be beneficial towards your discipline or towards your goal. So one thing that I done is I sold my PS5. Before my PS5 used to be on that corner table. You can't see it, but there's a table right there next to my table. My PS5 used to be on there. It was so easy for me to play. Additionally, I used to have a TV behind my laptop. Now let's think about this. I've woken up now, or I'm going through my day, and I am in a more tired state. What am I more likely to turn on? My laptop, which I know I'm going to do work on, or turn on my TV and my PS5, where they're both right next to each other? What am I more likely to do? I'm turning that PS5 on every single time because it's easier, it's more fun. I'm going to get more dopamine from it. So to stop myself from doing that, right now I don't know where my TV is. I can't remember where I put it, and I sold my PS5. So of course I'm going to be able to now do the things that I don't feel like doing as much because I don't have anything else to do. I don't have more. There's nothing else I can do unless I just sit there and do nothing. But I'm going from waste my time. I'm going to do the thing that I should be doing because it's all I have to do. So make your environment work for you, not against you. Sell your PS5. If your environment is currently holding you back, like one of my struggles, which is why I'm going to Paris right now, is I struggle to work in my room. I'm not going to lie to you. I can record here once the board is made, but to even get the board made is long. So for me to even do certain things is long. My cat is currently sleeping in my bed. I'd rather just lie down and watch a movie or chill and lie down with my cat. Or I'd rather sit on this, my chair is comfortable. I'd rather sit and just watch anime. I'd rather lie in my bed and watch anime. I'd rather do certain things which are easier. But it's about ensuring that you do certain things and tweak your environment so that, okay, you realize, okay, when I do this, or maybe when I do that, I feel unmotivated. When I do that, I don't feel like doing this. So make those cues. One thing that I've said as well underneath it is, want to train more, iron your gym clothes before bed. That helps me go to the gym so much. That helps me go out so much. Because if my clothes aren't ironed the day before, then when the day comes, I'm most likely not going to want to go out because I have to iron my clothes. I'm like, burn it, man. I don't feel like investing more energy into it. But once I have my clothes ironed prior, it's so much easier. I can just be like, oh, shower, come out, go. Bang, easy. So if you want to go to the gym, iron your clothes the night before. If you want to, what else did I say? If you want to drink more water, leave a bottle on your work desk. So currently right now, my water bottle is here. I always leave a water bottle on my desk. And that's my work desk. And then I have my bed desk where I have my books and stuff. This is on there. It's so easy for me to drink water because I have it everywhere. It's the only thing I have access to. I have no snacks. I have no juice. There's nothing here. It's just water. So that helps me drink more water. And then if you want to cut or bulk, limit or increase your access to food. Now this is about your environmental cues. So if you're struggling to bulk right now, rather than every single, let's say for example, you do 30 minutes of cardio a day. If you're bulking right now, that's 30 minutes gone. So rather than just doing that time without having food next to you, bring a snack there. When I was bulking, I used to always bring a snack with me while I was doing cardio or going to the gym. I used to eat before, during and after the gym. Literally, I'm talking about not like fat meals, but like little snacks to just get the calories up. So if you keep food on you, you won't struggle to bulk as much because it's in your environment, it's all that's around you. So when you get that craving, instantly you can feed it down. Now if you're cutting and you want to stay lean or you want to avoid the food, and you're struggling to do that, to put the food down, stay away from the food. Currently, I used to have a snack drawer when I was bulking. Right now, I don't think there's no snacks in there. It's just where I keep bags and tissue and there when I'm eating. That used to have sweets, protein bars, crisps, all sorts of things when I was bulking. That drawer is now empty, completely empty. If I didn't care about the camera being like where it is right now, I would actually show you my drawer right now. I might take a picture afterwards and send to my editor for them to add it in, but it's empty. I think there's just sauces in there from when I used to eat McDonald's like last year, like mid last year. I should actually throw the sauces out now that I think about that. Yeah, I'll probably do that afterwards, but still, the drawer's empty because I've said to myself, I shouldn't be eating that stuff. Now, because I don't have access to it as much, I can't eat that stuff. Currently, the main thing I struggle with is my mother specifically. She likes to buy snacks. So when it's there and I get hungry at night time whilst I'm cutting or just trying to lean out, I'm like, meal prep or the snacks. What's easier? I'm going for the snacks. So imagine now I had no snacks there and all I had was a wrap, or I had, like a low calorie tortilla wrap with chopped chicken thighs inside of it. That was inside of the cupboard. And I was living by myself. It's a lot easier to do when you're living by yourself. When you live with family, it's harder because there's so many cues everywhere. But if you're living by yourself, or let's say you're living with family, but you have more control over certain things like I do, I can be like, next time, no, now I'm actually gonna start implementing wraps again and having them in the fridge. So rather than me going and having an unhealthy snack, bang, I can get a healthy snack, which will be the wrap. Or even having Greek yogurt, low-fat Greek yogurt, having it there. Or having something else, maybe more research. I'll do more research on actual easier snacks to have while you're cutting. But having those there, so changing your environment will allow you to be disciplined. If your environment is currently what you think is holding you back, change it up, switch up certain things, and then you'll start to see more progression and more discipline inside your life. Point number 5, master the 1% approach. Focus on small wins. Start with small wins as consistently as possible. Consistency compounds. So you want to focus on trying to just be 1% better a day. You want to try to do, it's basically the same thing as getting your foot in the door. You want to try and improve just a little bit. Because let's say, for example, I'll even give an example. I have a video which is coming soon. I don't know what the title is going to be, but it's basically around a complete identity shift. Now, I've been planning on making this video since last year, August or July. I'm going to bait myself out. I have been procrastinating on this video. And the main reason why is this video is going to take a lot of effort, and it is a big video which I'm trying to plan. Now, if you even go back to other videos, you may hear me speak about in other videos. The main reason why I put it off is because subconsciously my mind is like, this is a big project. It's going to take a lot of time. So my mind's like, I can't be bothered, let me avoid from it. But now, when it comes to making videos like this or creating short form videos, these are like the 1% for me. These are a lot easier to do. So I just go out there and I go do those videos instead. But they are better than nothing. But I'm still focusing on the smaller wins. I'm focusing on getting these things out because they're still as important. Now, that is exactly how you can be disciplined. Let's say, for example, you have, let's say you're a student right now and your A-levels coming up. And you have, this is quite relevant because your A-levels, a lot of A-levels in the UK are coming up. So you're like your end of year exams. You have currently, it is February, you have like 3-4 months left. You have 3-4 months left. That means you can actually still take the 1% approach. You don't have a massive deadline where it's going to be 100% of the work is due on this day, which you need to be 100% ready for the exam on this day. You can spread it out and say, okay, I'm going to be doing a little bit of this, 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 until you get to the real thing. And bang, you're ready for the real thing. But now let's say you get a week there and now you're cramming for a week. That's a lot more effort and you won't be able to stay disciplined and do the work because you're going to be cramming. But if you spread it out and you take the 1% approach, you can actually allow it to compound. You can say, okay, I could do a little bit here, a little bit here. And by the time you come to your exam, you'll be like, hold on, how do I remember this? Because you were doing little bits here, little bits here, little bits here. And they compound, they compound, they compound. And I'm pretty sure the 1% increase in a year, I think if you don't increase anything, it's like you lose like 1% or something like that. But if you increase by 1%, it's actually 37% within the year. So focus on those little things, because little things will compound. Number 6, manage your energy alongside your time. Now you think that discipline is just about sorting out certain things and trying to fill out your time with things. But it's also about managing your energy and understanding your energy. So one thing specifically for myself, I know after I've eaten, I'm not going to record. I'm not going to do a lot. I want to sit there, relax and chill. So around that time is when I may create short form videos. Because I have the energy, I have low energy. I don't really feel like doing a lot of things. But around that time, I'm not going to go to the gym. But after I've digested the food and I have the energy in me and I feel a lot more energy, I will go to the gym. I'll do something more taxing, more energy taxing. So discipline is about doing the right things at the right time. So you want to understand your body and understand what times do I feel energy? What times do I feel high? What times do I feel low? And try and put the work around that. So it's not trying to say, okay, tomorrow morning, or let's say, tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to the gym at 6 a.m. When you know for sure you're not a 6 a.m. person. You never wake up at 6 a.m. If you do that one time, sure, you will do it. But I want to see you in 3 months doing that consistently. You won't, because you're not used to doing that. And your energy is not there. Of course, you can build up to do it, but work towards the things which you can currently do right now. Work towards the body clock which your body currently has. And put things around the times when your energy is a lot better. I know for a fact that my energy is around its highest around 1 to 4, which is why I try to go to the gym around that time. Of course, I can go earlier, but around that time is when I have the most energy because I eat my breakfast, then it's digested, then I start to get ready, and then I have the energy to go. And that is the best time for me to go to the gym, which is why I go around there. So I said, at your peak energy hours, tackle the challenging tasks. And during low energy times, do smaller and easier tasks. So around the time when you've just eaten or you're feeling and you don't have a lot of energy, or even if you're burnt out, avoid trying to do the big projects around that time. You want to do the smaller things, get your foot in the door, the 1% approach, do these little things to allow you to accumulate that energy back again. Or if you don't have the energy at all, just keep doing little things. So at least mentally in your mind, you still have those small little wins keeping you going. Number 7, visualize the consequences of inaction. Now, this is a very good way to stay disciplined. It's quite a dark way, but it works. So for myself, one of the things that make me do cardio is having love handles and being fat. Not being fat, like my fat is a little bit different. I'm not talking about like being obese, but being in a higher body fat percentage than I would like to be is what keeps me going. Of course, it sounds like, what's the word? What they use? Not self-hate, but body dysmorphia, where you're like, you think in your mind, you think you have a good physique. To a certain degree, I see it as a beneficial thing because if I didn't have this small scale body dysmorphia, not like the body dysmorphia that makes people want to kill themselves. Sadly, those things exist, but not that to that degree. But to the point where I look at myself and say, I can achieve better. I have better standards for you. So that's why you should be doing it. So visualize the inaction. Visualize yourself with certain levels of body. Like I spoke about earlier about being a father. If I don't go to the gym, if I don't train hard, if I don't try to keep my energy levels high, if I don't try to stay on top of things, when I'm a father, when I'm an older person, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. Now, when my kids want us to go to the park together, I can't go because I don't have the energy to do it. I'm going to stay at home and just relax. You see those things? So when I think about that, that's what makes me want to be disciplined and actually stay towards doing certain things. So instead of focusing on the success, imagine a negative outcome of not starting. Imagine what would happen to you. Imagine your life if you never focus on doing those things that you know you should be doing. Imagine that business idea that God has installed in your mind, you never start it. How will your life be if you never start it? Will you ever get to that point in time when you have enough financial freedom for you to even be funding or providing for your family? Will you? Imagine that. Actually, pause the video and imagine your life if you don't do the things that you should be doing. Think about it. That's like 2 seconds. Hopefully you thought about it. But I actually want you to understand that it's real. There are people who live these lives where they did not take any action and they are suffering right now. It's reality. Life has a lot of suffering inside of it. You choose whether you are on the right side of that suffering. You either suffer from success or you suffer from failure. And you suffer from a lack of inaction. You suffer from a lack of action. Yeah. So you didn't have any action. And that's the time you make that decision. So think about that, because that will make you want to work. What will life be like if you never start the project? And also, if I keep eating this, how will I look and feel in a month from now? One of my biggest regrets, it's not okay, not even one of the biggest regrets, but I made a mistake a couple of days ago. I let the cravings come in late in the night. And I went downstairs and I took a chocolate muffin, and I think it was 2 Walker's crisps. I went up to my bed, I sat there and I ate it. And this was on a Friday, a Friday. One of the first times I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna binge eat in the night. Just those couple of things. They don't sound like a lot, but I ate them. Saturday morning, I woke up. I was so bloated and my belly was hurting. I had no energy for that day. Luckily, it was a rest day, so I didn't have to think about going to the gym. But I said to myself, I was gonna record. I was actually supposed to record this video on the Saturday. I felt like mud for the whole entire day, like pure mud. And because I allowed that to happen, I felt like dirt. Then I thought to myself, imagine I did that every single day, consistently. How would I feel in a month from now? I feel like dirt. I feel like bum. I feel like poo. I don't want to feel like that. So, to avoid myself from feeling like that, I avoid eating those things. I'm not eating no chocolate muffin again. I'm not playing with fire. I'm not doing that again. I don't want to feel like that. Now you have to think about that. Imagine there's a certain thing. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe there's a snack right now, something that you're currently addicted to, which is a bad piece of food for you, and you eat that consistently. How will you look or feel in a month from now? Or in a year from now? Or in 10 years from now? Whether you're vaping, smoking, drinking alcohol, something, whatever the negative habit may be, insert X that you're struggling with. How will you look and feel in X amount of time from now if you keep doing it? Allow that thought to actually scare you a bit, because it will switch you from wanting to do that thing and now you're going to do the other thing. Point number 8, reward yourself the right way. So for myself, every single Sunday, from Saturday night, I don't know what's wrong with me, but Saturday night I struggle to go to bed early. But I still have to wake up early because I wake up early, I go to church, then I socialize after church. Then after socializing, I go away and I read. Then after reading, I go to the gym and I hit legs. And after legs, I hit cardio. That is a lot to do in a day. And then after that, the best thing I can possibly do for myself is give my body the rest that it needs. So I treat myself with a rest day at the spa. So after all of that, I go to the spa. I still come home and try to do some things on my laptop, but a lot of the time I'm so chill, I'm just like, you know what, yeah, let me just enjoy this Sunday. A lot of the time I actually still come back and create content, but my main focus is after all of that in the day, it's important that I get the rest which I need. And that is how you reward yourself the right way. I'm going to the spa, I'm ice plunging, I'm going to the spa, to the sauna, I'm going to the steam room, I'm allowing my body to de-stress and let out all the pain from that day. Bang. Or even just from that day, from that week. Try and implement those things. So I've said, celebrate the milestones. And I said, try to make rewards still align with your goals/identity. And I'm going to touch upon the last part in a second, but try to keep your goals within your rewards aligned to your identity. So for example, let's say you finish work for the whole entire day, reward yourself with, reward yourself with going out with one of your friends who you're close with. Not saying you go out there and get balls drunk and stuff like that, but go out there and spend some time with them, socialize with them. Whether you can also, anything that aligns with your goal. You have a big fruit platter or something like that. These are just me hard reaching, but try to keep them in line with your goals. But touch on the last point, which is, if not, it is fine. You are human. Because it is fine. You are human. You don't have to stay disciplined 100% of the time, which is why I spoke about the 80 and 20% rule. 80% of the time, be doing the right thing. So 20% of the time, you can do the wrong things. So let's say, for example, you've done a hard, long day of work, which is what I do sometimes. I say sometimes, a lot of the times. I might come down and relax and watch anime. Or when I'm eating, which I know I shouldn't be doing, I watch videos while I'm eating. I allow myself to do that if I've worked hard. Do the certain things because you're human. Ultimately, the smartest thing you can possibly do is focus towards longevity. Because you can do a lot of the things, you can avoid the rest, you can avoid the relaxation, but how long can you do that for? Because you will burn out. And when you burn out, you'll start pulling energy from future you. And now the only thing you're doing is destroying present you and future you. So, to stay disciplined, reward yourself, relax, enjoy life, take a slow day, because these things are necessary. They're not by accident, they're not just to try and make you get behind the competition or whatever the crap is, whatever modern day society teaches you. Relaxing is important. So take the relaxed time and trust me, you'll stay a lot more disciplined because you'll come back refreshed and full of energy to now tackle your said task again. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. Hopefully now you understand how to be disciplined. And ironically, from speaking in this video, I actually have another video on discipline that I want to create because these are amazing points and tips. Realistically, you don't need the next video, but I think it'll be very, very fun for me to make. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe. Additionally, do me a favor and go down and actually like this video so YouTube shows you more videos like this, and it also helps the channel. Additionally, if you enjoyed this, I highly recommend you join my free school community. I may actually make a free Discord soon, but right now we are currently on school. Join my free school community and come and link up, meet us. Let us understand and know who you are. There's a lot of guys in there right now, and we can actually help you to stay disciplined and hold you accountable to things that you know you should be doing. Other than that, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys in the next one.